Hello folks, this is Steve AB for you. I'm waiting for it to get really cold outside. It's after midnight. They say it's early Wednesday morning. They say we're going to get snow on Friday, most likely. I don't think we got any snow last year. We had a couple of very early on deep freezes that let off, but I don't remember any snow. It happens. And then other years we get a couple inches a couple of times. They actually plow the roads and brine them. You know that verb, right? Brine them. So I saw something here. I'm going to let my mind wander. It's investigative, just how to see where it leads. Study finds tattoo ink moves through the body, killing immune system cells. Supposedly from the LA Times. Now, the reason why this caught my eye is I'm in the Piedmont of North Carolina. I would consider this a fairly non-cosmopolitan area, and I can't get over, like when I go to Walmart in summer, how many women have tattoos. Now, a lot of them, it's on the ankle, but some of them, it's down their arm. And the guys are worse, more frequent. I was never tempted to get a tattoo. Study finds tattoo ink moves through the body, killing immune cells. Tattoo ink doesn't just sit inertly in the skin. New research shows it moves rapidly into the lymphatic system. Think of that as being parallel to your circulatory system. A different subset of cells and fluids flow in that through your lymph nodes and so on, where it can persist for months. If it all moved into the lymph system, then the tattoo would disappear. So obviously, tattoo artists are using something that's fairly inert, and what they must be talking about, that the dumb author doesn't know about, is other things in the ink. Now, without knowing anything about tattoo inks, a long time ago, for several months, I worked in a ink formulation shop on Race Street, near 9th Street, Chinatown, in Philadelphia. And to make up printer's ink, like we need flyers, we need a billboard advertising, and we need different colors. The printers don't keep those colors, especially if they're specified to be unique particular color shade, hues. They would send an order over to the shop I worked in, and we would formulate it. I used to make printing inks. I didn't know how to do it. I followed a recipe card. And yes, it takes more than just pouring them into a container. You have to have something that kneads them in a mixing bowl. Only it's not a mixing bowl. But think of it like that. Yeah, I've done a lot of things. So they must be talking about not the main things that are inert with color, but the undefined things that are what we'll call the carrier medium. I'm guessing. Which can persist for months, kill immune system cells, and even disrupt how the body responds to vaccines. Now, how do they know this? Scientists in Switzerland, used a mouse model. They tattooed, shaved, or naked mice. What are they called? Mice with, it's been a lot of years, knockout genes. I don't spell very well. Mice with one word, knockout genes. Because we're talking about immunology, but genetics. Mice with knocked out genes are genetically engineered rodents in which one or more genes in their DNA, germline, have been intentionally disrupted or deleted to study their function. It doesn't have that gene. So how does the behavior, the metabolism, the lifespan, the life stages, timing, whatever, scientists create these mice by altering their DNA, allowing them to observe the effect of the gene's absence on the organism's physiology and behavior, which helps researchers understand the gene's role and model human diseases. Because you can't do that on humans, unless the human is born with a knocked out gene, which some people are. Remember I said germline. The process begins with genetically engineering a specific gene in embryonic stem cells. Chimeric mice. The cells are put into a normal mouse. So the mouse early on in the embryo stage could be a mixture of the knocked out genes and normal cells. Why would they have to do that? See, my mind wanders. Let's say you have a genetic function that's enzymatic, and let's say the mouse normally contains 4 different allelic loci that code for identical or nearly identical enzymes that do almost the same thing but behave just slightly different biochemically. If you knock out one, you're studying the effect of that allele being missing. But suppose there's only one version of it and it's required to complete life. You can't make a knocked out gene mouse for it. You have to create a chimeric mouse that has cells of both types, preferably in tissues that you can figure out which cell types are which. See, I'm way off the track. Now, what common kind of cat is a chimera from birth. Have you seen cats like that? In the mom, there were two different embryos that fused. They're different cats, and they fused. You maybe remember in the news in the last year, a gal who has two heads and one body got married. Think of how that happened. There's the cat. That's a chimera. It's actually two different cats fused into one. I'm explaining the word chimera. Now let's get back to the original one. Scientists in Switzerland. I want to stress Switzerland. All right, pigments drained to nearby lymph nodes within minutes and continue to accumulate for 2 months, triggering immune cell death and sustained inflammation. So they're just quoting the results. The ink was also weakened the antibody response to Pfizer and this other company's COVID vaccine when the shot was administered to tattooed skin. In contrast, the same inflammation appeared to boost responses to an inactivated flu vaccine. Published in the Proceedings of the National Academies of Science. PNAS. Who was the second woman to be elected to the National Academy of Sciences? It's an organization of American scientists, right? Who, I'm saying second for a reason. The first two women, so it must have been an all-male exclusive club for a while, elected to this is wrong. First woman elected to the National Academy of Sciences was an anatomist, Florence Sabin, in 1924. While the second woman is not as widely documented in the provided snippets, Elizabeth Newfield was elected in 1977 and Maxine Singer in 1979. Was Am I getting the year wrong? Yeah, I got the year wrong. What's the matter with Google? See that microscope? Before she left Missouri, she had another microscope just like that. I used it for a while. Ernie Sears kept it in a cabinet. He let me use it. I've used the microscope of a future Nobel laureate. She developed a technique for visualizing maize chromosomes and used microscopic analysis to demonstrate many fundamental genetic ideas. One of those ideas was the notion of genetic recombination by crossing over during meiosis. This is while she was at Missouri. She is often erroneously credited with producing the first genetic map for maize. Correct. She demonstrated the role of telomere and centromere regions, and she was recognized as among the best in the field, awarded prestigious fellowships, and elected a member of the National Academy of Sciences in 1944. Now, my mind is wandering and I'm off the trail, but what did I just show you? That half of what's on here as supposed facts is total bullshit. It depends on the degree of stupidity of the person writing the article. She was elected on the basis of her chromosome work in yeast, visualizing yeast chromosomes. She was an expert at staining parts of the cell, the chromosomes. She and another person working with her there succeeded in doing it and demonstrating meiosis in yeast, which hadn't been done up to then. But yeast was an important genetic experimental organism. That's how she got elected to the National Academies of Science in 1944, just before she moved to Cold Spring Harbor. I asked who were the first two women elected to the National Academy of Sciences, and wherever they got this information, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. So much for AI overview, being able to tell shit from legitimate money. I'm trying to see who the article was. Notable appointments, National Academy of Sciences Wikipedia. But who wrote that? NIH Women of the National Academy, an article in 2017 written. The authors didn't do their research. They're bullshitters. Now, I'm off the track, but I'll get back to that one. Is it true that science journals are now overwhelmed with fake research articles. Yes, it is true that a significant and growing number of fake research articles, just say fake articles, primarily generated by paper mills, are flooding scientific journals, creating a serious challenge for academic publishing system. Well, that's true of everything on the internet and web, especially now with AI. And it seems to be true about people trying to write about who the first women elected to the National Academy of Sciences were. The second one was a future Nobel laureate, Jumping Jeans, Barbara McClintock. Degree in Cornell in botany because she wasn't permitted to be in the Department of Agriculture. It was for men only, corn breeding. So she did a sly PhD in maize genetics from the botany department, but did it all in the agronomy department at Cornell because they were excluding females from that department. She always had a way to get around because her IQ was smarter than 2 or 3 or 4 of them combined. How do you think you get a Nobel Prize? For revolutionizing genetics with jumping genes. Now let's get back to the original article. You understand about the chimeric cat? How do I know about stuff like that? So back to PNAS, Proceedings of the National Academies of Science. Academies of Science. Each academy has a specialty. Tattoo ink induces inflammation in the draining lymph node and alters the immune response to vaccination. Now, the reason why I'm here is when I looked at this, remember it's in Switzerland. It claims it's in Switzerland. Ariana Capusetti, Giuliana Falivene, Chiara Pizzacetti, and Santiago Gonzalez. Well, we know he snuck in from Spain. Now, what are the countries that border on Switzerland? Quick! Quick! Germany? Austria, maybe? France? Who else? Italy? Yeah, you better believe it. Are those the languages that are spoken in different parts of Switzerland? Yes. Have I ever been to Switzerland? I've slept on the roadside in Switzerland trying to hitch a ride. In the snow. Almost snow. I've been to Switzerland several times. Through Switzerland several times. So what I like to do, I clicked on her name. And it says information and authors. I don't know what this is doing. Infection and Immunity Laboratory, Faculty of Biomedical Sciences, Institute for Research in Biomedicine, Università della Svizzera Italiana, Bellinzona, Switzerland. Aha! We're going to learn something new. Now, this is not the way we usually think of Switzerland. This part is unrehearsed. Now, wait a minute. I just picked up her address off of here. Oh, I got it. This is PNAS doing this. She's the lead artist. The first author listed when there's multiple authors is the corresponding author. If you have any questions or whatever, you contact that person. The others are always taking secondary roles, and that person is responsible for the integrity of what is published. Now, they're giving, I'll translate it, it's Italian. Yes, there's parts of Switzerland where the main language is Italian. Just there's a place where it's French and where it's German and also where it's Schweizerdeutsch. Schweizerdeutsch. So it says the University of Italian Switzerland is in a town called Bellinzona, but when I did the AI search, it claims it's not really in Bellinzona, but it does have a campus there. What does that mean? Well, that's like there's some counties in North Carolina have a community college like we do, but sometimes a nearby county doesn't actually have it, but this county next to it has a campus there, but it uses its own county name. You understand that? But it's in the other satellite campus in another county. I guess that's what they mean. The main campuses are in Lugano and Mendrisio, but the Institute of Oncology Research is located in a research building. Now wait a minute, what's oncology research? Cancer research. Is that right? Or is it research concerning a woman's womb? Which is it? I think it's research concerning a woman's womb. It's located in a research building at Via More 31. While the USI does not have a main administration of its location of the All right, now, see, I'm looking at what the AI booster rocket is doing for Google search. There's a picture of the building, but that one is in Lugano. I've been through Lugano. It says Bellinzona Campus University. This is the name of the university is correct for what's listed. Bellinzona campus, it's this building. The Institute for Research in Biomedicine, which fits what these researchers are doing. And it's associated with the Faculty of Biomedical Sciences and are based in Via Francesco Chiesa 5. How to get there. Now look at what they just did here. the street, this is unexpected. The street view all right, that's supposedly it. Oh, they're showing the building under construction. But it says this is another street. Do you think that's the building that was in? All right, how many floors are there here? I'm using the address that's shown here. Now, you know that in other videos, I have complained about how brain dead Google Maps is. It's acting like it can't find that street. Oh, wait a minute, it's right there. So we go to Maps. It's like a side street. There it is. Okay, so this is the road up here. Okay, now we got it. That building matches. Now it looks like the same. Okay, so this is back in 2014. So the building, now we know when that building was built. Now that I can interpret what's going on. And they are showing it from the nearest parallel street because they don't have, but at least they were good that way, don't you think? Now, I just have one question. No. Just stop doing that. I want to know where this is, and it's got to be somewhere close to the Italian border. There's a quaint picture. There's your medieval tower. So it's been around a long time. The red dotted is the area. And now we go like this. See the red dotted area? There's Milan. There's Como. That's Italian. And, oh, I see how it works. It looks like I can't tell where the Swiss border is. What's the matter with them? I think this is the border with Switzerland, but I'm not absolutely certain. But the red, you know, they're just so helpful. I mean, Google Maps is just so AI brilliant. Okay, here we go. This line that wigwags all around is the border with Switzerland. I can check it by going over here. Yes, it is. Because I was in Bolzano and we went over to, I did a video about that. Okay, so you see how the border is? And there's, oh, you mean Liechtenstein borders on Switzerland too? Oh my goodness. How many countries does it have bordering it? So it's in an Italian speaking part of Switzerland. Look, I have fun with this shit. It allows me to assess how much I should trust the results I get. And sometimes I actually know that what they're saying is total made up, incompetent bullshit. Like, who was the second female elected to the National Academies of Science? Barbara McClintock. Period. Now, I'm interested to see if we can get a picture of her. View all articles by this author. Let's see how many articles she has. Well, in PNAS, she only has one. So they're supplying their own index. Now, I'm interested in Ariana Capucetti. Now I'll just do a search for her. And there she is. Well, no, it seems like it's a common name. Now, I'm going to guess. I don't know what Loop is. I don't know what Loop Frontiers is. But Ariana Capucetti is a postdoc, and I'm going to bet that that's her. Now, they gave me the wrong one. She's in LinkedIn also, but it's in Deutsch. Well, it's in a non-romantic language. Let's see where she is. No, Switzerland, so it could be her. Oh, it is her. My mistake. There she is. How do I know? Bellinzona, in the province of Tessin, or no, Canton. Is that right? Is Tessin a canton? That's the right word? Did you know to use the word Cantone Helvetia? What is the official name of Switzerland? Cantone Helvetia. It's in Latin. They're using Latin. All right, it's the Swiss Confederation. In other languages and Latin, all I wanted to know was the name in its official. Why does it say in Latin but not show it? Okay, here we go. They hid it. Oh, it's been renamed. Hang on, see, my mind wanders. When did Switzerland change its official name? (1848). Name of Switzerland. There's a wait a minute. I said it's Contine Helvetia, and on the stamps it's Helvetia, which is Latin from 2,000 years ago. They're playing games with me. You'll pardon me, folks. You see how my mind wanders? I know too much shit. We're getting back to who that gal is. Where's that picture of her? Okay. So she's actually the one. And the reason I'm saying that is that she says she's in Bellinzona. Oh, that's right. I asked, is that a canton? Hang on. Tessin. Ticino is an Italian-speaking region in southern Switzerland with palm-lined lakes and sharp alpine peaks. Its architecture, cuisine, and culture is closely related to that of neighboring Italy. Bellinzona, the capital of Ticino, is the home to medieval castles. Remember, I said there's the medieval castle? Didn't I say it? Lugano, a town on the glacial lake of Lugano, is known for its waterfront and the language is Italian, and it joined Switzerland in 1803. It is the Ticino, Ticino, is the southernmost canton of Switzerland, and it's one of 3 large alpine cantons. But then the question becomes, why is it spelled this way? Why did it do that? Why, if I search this way, hang on. Ticino and Tessin refer to the same place in the southernmost Italian-speaking canton of Switzerland. The difference is the language used. Ticino is the Italian name, and Tessin is the name used by German and French speakers. The canton is named after the Ticino River, which flows through it. The name is used in the canton's official language, Italian, and internationally. Tessin is the name used by German and French speakers in Switzerland to refer to the canton. Now, what does that mean? We're on a LinkedIn page. Now I can interpret this. See, I used to work for the Mossad. I did analysis. She's Italian descent, maybe born in Italy. She's doing her stuff there. She's in an Italian canton, and but the person who composed the LinkedIn page, web page, the person who composed it was German speaking or Schweizerdeutsch speaking. And although she would have preferred to use the Italian correct name of the canton, the German or Swiss Deutsche person, you see what it says? Contact Informationen? You see the German right there? You see this word? 185. This is German. And this is Kontakte. This is in German. There isn't a German version of the name Bellinzona. There isn't a German version of her name, but the rest of it they decided to put in Schweizerdeutsch, even though she's Italian speaking. Now, let's see if she's from Italy. Humanitas Università. International Institute for Research in Biomedicine is her current place, but she must have got her undergraduate degrees or PhD or whatever at the Humanitas University. I have no idea where that is. Did you notice the pop-up thing was in German? So we're actually looking at LinkedIn in Germany. No, it says LinkedIn in Italy, but it's being written by German-speaking people. Let me show you what I mean. Wait a minute. Oh, very good. See, you look at detail. Let me show you something, and then we'll go back. LinkedIn.com. If that's all there is, it's the United States. But it's it.linkedin. So this page comes from a different country than what we were in. And that thing was probably telling us we were being switched. Because the Humanitas Universität, but look at this. Bildungswerkstatt, it's German right here. And it's in Milan. I've been to Milan. And the rest of this is in German. Humanitas University is an international medical school in Milan, Italy, built next to the renowned Humanitas Research Hospital. But the rest of this stuff is in German. This is German. This is German. Whatever this is saying, it's in German. This is in German. This is in German. Website is a universal word. This is in German. Do you see the mixture? It claims that it's linked in Italy, but it's actually in Germany. The people doing it are in Switzerland or Germany. I'm belaboring it, sorry. Now, Irene Latino. So there's a lot of co-authors. Gabrielle Goldman-Levy, Santiago Gonzalez. Do you think he's Spanish or Mexican? He's there, but where's he from? Let's see if he has a unique name. I doubt it. There he is. He's an older dude. He's got 2 PhDs according to this. He's the one we're interested in. He holds 2 PhDs. There you go. One in microbiology from the University of Santiago de Compostela, Spain. And one in immunology from the University of Copenhagen, Denmark. See why I jumped to that? I just want to see the contrast. So it's very international. He's the group leader for infection. They put him on the article as the last author as a courtesy. He's the one that gives out the appointments and pays their salaries. Group leader. I'm not being derogatory. It's just... Now, can we find another different kind of name, just for the fun of it? We don't want this one. Now, this one is interesting. It's got a cedilla on the C, and there's Roma in the name. Do you think this guy's Romanian? He or she is Romanian? He's in Bern. There he is. Institute of Animal Pathology. They're doing experimentation with mice. He's supplying the mice lines. Very good. But he is in Switzerland. He's in Bern. Clinical associate professor, University of Nottingham, UK. But now he's in Bern, Switzerland. So he was in the UK, but before that he did a residency in veterinary pathology in University of Barcelona in Catalonia, Spain. And another in Spain. Another in Spain, and he was 6 months as a swine clinician. It's interesting that it doesn't say, well, what kind of name is that? Wait a minute. Let's just do that. Oh, I just learned something. Very good. He is Spanish. Got it. That name is the Catalan version of the male given name Laurentius.
I had a crazy idea. We were surprised that no one had.
They were going to give me a YouTube video on how to pronounce it, and I have to watch an ad. You see, I'm having fun. Now, is Catalan a language sister to Spanish, or is it of a different? A Romance language closely related to Castilian Spanish and Provencal, widely spoken in Catalonia and in Valencia and Andorra. Where's Andorra? Quick, where's Andorra? It's a little thing between what two countries? Oh, France and Spain. And the Balearic Islands in the southern part of France. See, when I saw this is in France. I've been to Valencia on the east coast of Spain, northeastern coast of Spain. I haven't been to Andorra nor to the Balearic Islands, but I've heard radio operators from the Balearic Islands. When you read stuff, do you get this distracted to have fun? See, I was interested in tracking down the people. Suppose I said, why don't we track down how the AI composed the article? Would that be of any interest at all? At least I learned the name of a couple of new places. And I had 3 females to choose from, and the one I picked on was the wrong one. It turned out it was the first one. I thought it was her. Let's see where she is. They won't let me in. But you notice it's in German again. They want me to log in. So what it is that she's got no status, and she hasn't marked it as, but it's Serbios. Google Scholar, PhD, Institute of Research Biomedicine, Switzerland. So she's there too. But not necessarily in the same place. No, they gave me the wrong person again. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do you think this one and this one are the same one, but they changed their color of the hair? No, they got 2 different noses. What is Serbios? Wait a minute. Why does Google search give me the wrong result? That's a pharmaceutical company. Servios Pharma, Lugano, Switzerland. With over 40 years in the pharmaceutical industry, Servios is a privately held company with headquarters in Barbengo, Lugano, Switzerland. I've been through Lugano. So they might actually know each other. Only a few miles apart. One more name. This guy's Catalan. He fooled me. Let's get the Jewish girl in here. She's a pathologist, ResearchGate, anatomical pathology, histology, tumors, melanocytic tumors of the central nervous system. We can see where her specialty fits right in. Goldman-Levy, National Institutes of Health, WHO classification of skin tumors. She authored it. This is PubMed. She's the lead author with about 20 other people. And she's the lead editor, I can assume, the 5th edition of the World Health Organization classification of tumors. See how that fits into the original article? Serves as a foundation for global diagnostic standards in tumor pathology. So you get they think you have cancer of your liver. They do a surgery to remove it, which is also a biopsy, and they send to the pathology lab. Then they get under the microscope and maybe other biochemical markers, and they try to figure out, is it a known type of tumor or is it a new one that they can write a research paper about? So they would look in this book that she's the lead editor on. Similar to other volumes in this series, the Skin Tumors, Skin 5 edition, follows a standardized approach. This edition introduces 2 new chapters. Tumors of the nail unit. You can get a cancer tumor in here. Talk about specialization. And metastases to skin. What's a metastases? It's not quite a cancer yet, but it's on its way maybe. We better be careful. Maybe we can excise it early. Along with new entities across relevant chapters, this review article provides an overview of the updates in Skin 5, which is the acronym for this version, the 5th edition of this particular lookup reference for tumors. Based on currently published evidence with emphasis on newly introduced chapters and newly described entities that involve skin, in particular epidermal, melanocytic, and appendageal tumors. Melanoma is a skin cancer. Is this got to do with the fingers? Oh, keywords, appendageal tumors, hematopoietic. Hematopoietic means in the bloodstream and potential for more growth. And lymphoid, that's what the article was about, with the tattoos getting into the lymph system, tumors, keratinocytic tumors. I think that has to do with the upper layer of your skin. Melanocytic tumors, nail unit tumors, skin metastases, and soft tissue tumors. Is that mole on your skin actually cancer? Is that mole, I said it before it came up, is that mole on your skin actually a cancer? A melanocytic tumor is a growth that develops from melanocytes, the cells that produce pigment. These tumors can be benign, non-cancerous, such as common moles, or malignant, cancerous, like melanoma. They can have the features of both, placing them in a category of uncertain potential. It all depends on the opinion of the person looking under the microscope. I've just been having fun, folks. If you watch television, or you go to the movies, or you watch too many YouTube garbage videos, it's much more fun to do this. Or at least to me. Steve, and thank you to all those researchers that let me pry into their lives, professional lives. Steve AB4, excuse me, Google. Thank you for helping me expose people who just make stuff up about TNAS members. Steve. Barbara McClintock's one of my heroines. Long ago I used one of her former microscopes. Steve AB4L. I'm just an idiot. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just running my mouth saying see you in 73.